Hello and welcome to another Squeaker Champ tutorial, and this one's going to be quite a quick one because it doesn't actually take that long to do, so it'll be a little quick one for you, but this is what we're looking at today. So what I have done is I've taken what could be considered quite a plain and boring old bead. The shape's quite funky, and I made it with, I think it's like sort of like a magazine, but quite a low quality paper magazine, and I used many layers in order to achieve the thickness because it's not the thickest of paper. And I do believe I made a tube bead first, and then I made like a bicone bead on top of it, and that is what made this shape. So not the funkiest of bead, but quite a nice shape. But I thought to myself, what can I do to zhuzh it up a little bit? So what I did was I had a little experiment with this. So this has got a crackle effect over the top of it, and I only did half because what I wanted to be able to show is what the bead looked like beforehand. And I posted a photo of this in my Squeaker Chimp paper bead group on Facebook, which if you are not in, you should. After this video, head straight over there, find the group and ask to be admitted, and you will absolutely be allowed in. It is an amazing group filled with the most amazingly talented people who just blow me away every time they post something. They're amazing work that they do. So head on over for some great advice, some great tips, really great and friendly environment. So anyway, I posted a picture of this bead on there, and lots of people asked me how I did it. So that is what I'm going to show you today. So what I have used, first of all, is I have used a really old black nail polish. Not the best, slightly gunky, excuse me, but I don't use this anymore, and so it might as well be used up. But you could easily pick up a black nail polish from somewhere like probably the Dollar Tree or Primark or like Poundland. I know they certainly do that in the UK. You could just pick up a plain old black nail polish. So that is what my first layer is a black nail polish. And I don't use polish anymore because I get my nails done for me. So I might as well use it up, get rid of it, rather than it just go to waste. Then over the top, what I have got is this Crackle gel air dry. And what I'm going to show you is what it looks like. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to paint it on, and then I'm going to set up a time lapse so that you can see the crackle effect happening quickly, because it does take a while for it actually to work. So I'm going to show you a speeded up version, which should hopefully make it funky. Okay, so this is my bead. So remember, it did look like this. It now looks like this. Now, just on its own, this looks a lot better. And actually, if you wanted to, if you made beads that you thought, not the most exciting, nail polish is a great way to zhuzh them up. You know, I mean, that on its own does look quite funky, but we are not stopping there. We're going to give this a really good coat of this Crackle gel. So we'll show you how it goes on, and then I'll show you. Now, what you want to do is, if you see, if I am quite sparing with it, you can see that you still get quite a lot of the black coming through. So what I would advise you to do is to try and get an even coat on first, and then go back and apply more of it, because the areas where you apply more, that is where you're going to get the bigger crackles. And if you have this too grey, as in if the colour is too pale, then you're not going to get that high contrast between the black and the pink. It's going to all just kind of blend into one. So you want a higher contrast. So apply it on first, get a layer down first, a few little random nubbly bits. Don't want those. Paint it on. Now you can see that what I've done is I've put these beads on 2 cocktail sticks to hold them in place, because this is not a spray on or a dip technique. It is a technique where you will need to paint it on. So I'm now just going back around a few little scranky bits. We don't want those. And we're applying more in thicker areas because it's the thickness. And don't worry too much about it being a little bit blobby. Get rid of that though. Don't worry about it being blobby. Hopefully it's in focus. Because the blobs, once they start to crack, you won't really notice them. So apply it quite liberally. Blob, blob, blob. And once it's all on, what I will then do is I'm going to change my camera angle and I'm going to set up a time lapse so that you will be able to see what it looks like. So hopefully you can see I've given it a really liberal coat. So what I'll do is I'll set up the time lapse and I will show you what this looks like. Bear with. Okay, so there you go. That was about 20 minutes, I'd say, maybe half an hour, something like that it took for the effect to happen, and you watched it in all of about 10 seconds. So the art of time-lapse photography. So this is just a little idea for you on how you can zhuzh up some boring beads and turn them into something that kind of looks like pottery or a kind of Raku glaze. And there we go. So if you've liked this video and you'd like to see more content like this, then do hit the like button, leave us a comment below, and if you can, subscribe to the channel. It really does help us grow, and it means that I can post more videos like this, and I can give you lots more ideas on things you can do with your beads. So there we go. Right, see you in the next one. Bye.